Hi, parents. Welcome to our series, The Parent's Guide for Helping Your Teen Overcome Pornography Addiction. I'm Matt Bulkley, and today we're tackling a topic that is often overlooked, and that is the role of your self reflection as a parent. Discovering that your teen is struggling with pornography addiction can bring up a whirlwind of emotions, concerns, fears, maybe even shame, but your personal experiences and biases can shape how you support your teen. Let me give you two quick examples of this. In one family that I was working with, the factor that was impeding progress was that the mother of the teen unknowingly had started projecting her unresolved anger and resentment toward her former husband and the teen's father onto the teen, which was creating high levels of shame and distrust between them, which then in turn was fueling his addictive patterns. In another family that I worked with, the mother of the teen had become hyper vigilant and over controlling out of fear and anxiety that her teen would follow the same path as one of her older brothers who developed a porn addiction in his teen years and then committed sexual offenses and ended up in prison. And this happened even though her teen was doing very well in his treatment, had learned to manage his addictive patterns, and had developed healthy coping skills. In this video, we'll explore how to reflect on your perspective to create a safe, healing environment for your teen's recovery. Let's dive in. Pornography addiction is increasingly common among teens, with more than 70% encountering explicit content online, sometimes initially by accident, but for some, this turns into compulsive habits that affect their mental health, relationships, and their self esteem. Teens' developing brains make it especially hard to break the cycle of addiction. As a parent, you play a critical role in helping them to navigate this, but your own emotions and experiences can complicate things if you're not aware of them. Your beliefs about pornography, shaped by your past, your cultures, and values, can influence how you respond. Let's talk about why your self reflection is so important to supporting your teen effectively. Your perspective on pornography is shaped by personal experiences. Maybe you've dealt with betrayal, like a partner's infidelity involving pornography, which can trigger anger or fear when addressing your teen's struggle. Or if your cultural or religious background views pornography as shameful, you might unintentionally project guilt onto your teen. Or if you've struggled with pornography yourself, you might feel hypocritical or avoid the topic altogether. These triggers can lead to reactions that hinder recovery, like lecturing, overreacting, or avoiding the issue altogether. To help your teen, you need to separate your experiences from their needs. And that starts with self reflection. By understanding your biases and emotions, you can then approach your teen with clarity and empathy, creating a space where they feel safe to open up. Self reflection helps you support your teen without letting your own baggage get in the way. Here's how to start. Number one, identify your triggers. Ask yourself, what emotions come up when I think about my teen struggle? Am I reacting to past trauma like betrayal or societal expectations? Journaling or talking to a trusted friend or a therapist can help. Number two, challenge your biases. Are your views on facts or assumptions? For example, labeling pornography as evil might lead you to judge your teen instead of understanding their addiction. Learn about the science of addiction to gain perspective. Number three, process your own trauma. If past experiences are affecting you, consider professional support. A therapist can help you work through unresolved emotions so that they don't spill into your interactions with your teen. Number 4, focus on your teen's needs. Your teen needs a safe, non judgmental space to discuss their struggles. Reflect on whether your reactions encourage openness or push them away. Taking this time to reflect makes you a stronger guide for your teen's recovery. Once you've reflected on your perspective, here are 6 practical ways to support your teen while keeping your biases in check. Number 1, open the conversation with empathy. Start with care, not accusations. Say something to the effect of, I've noticed that you're struggling and I want to work through this together. This sets a collaborative tone. Number 2, educate yourself about porn addiction. Resources like the Breaking Free Workbook, the Parent Guide, our Parent Library, this YouTube series, or great reads like the Your Brain on Porn by Gary Wilson can help you understand how porn addiction works and what recovery looks like. Number 3, set boundaries without shame. Work together with your team to create rules like using content filters or limiting device time. Frame these as protective, not punitive, to avoid triggering shame. Number 4, encourage professional support. Suggest therapy or family counseling. We can offer support in the form of our online recovery group for teens and therapy services through our office at Therapy Associates. And we're happy to consult with other therapists in your area who are willing to use our Breaking Free workbooks to guide the therapy with your teen. And in situations where there are safety and risk concerns, or where past interventions have failed and your teen has lost motivation, more intensive treatment like our Star Guides program would be the next step. Number 5, model healthy coping mechanisms. Show your teen healthier ways to handle stress, like exercise or journaling. Share your own strategies to normalize these habits. And number 6, check your language. Avoid using words like dirty or disgusting or evil, and instead focus on impact, like I'm concerned about how this might affect your mental health. These steps create a supportive environment where your teen feels understood, not judged. To foster healing, practice active listening, hear your teen without interrupting, validate their feelings by saying things like, I know this is tough, and I'm proud of you for trying. Celebrate small wins like they're attending therapy, completing workbook assignments, or cutting back on viewing, and be patient with relapses. If your own triggers make it hard to stay supportive, seek therapy for yourself. And as discussed earlier, if your teen's addiction continues despite intervention or paired with issues like depression, suicidality, or if their addiction has moved into reckless online behaviors, sexual acting out towards others, a more intensive intervention like Star Guides is probably what is needed. For the question and answer segment, question 1 is, should I disclose to my son that I struggled with a pornography addiction? If your son is struggling and you've worked through your own addiction, disclosing can be a powerful way to connect and offer hope, provided it's done with care, focusing on empathy and solutions rather than shame or judgment. The pros to such a disclosure would be that it builds trust, shows vulnerability, it models accountability, it normalizes the struggle, it strengthens your connection with your son. The cautions and the cons would be the risk of potentially overwhelming him, the potential loss of authority or respect. You need to consider the timing and the context of it and to make sure that your issues are resolved. Start by building trust and understanding his needs, and then decide if sharing your story will strengthen your ability to guide him. And if you're unsure, prioritize listening and practical support, and then revisit the idea of disclosure later when you feel more clarity about how you should proceed. Question two: I am struggling to accept so many relapses. It seems to me like he's not really trying to quit. What should I do? Well, your son's relapses doesn't mean that he's not trying. They likely reflect the challenge of breaking an addictive habit, especially as a teen. Focus on empathetic communication and reinforcing his efforts, however small they may be. Understanding the situation, especially that relapse is common in porn addiction, and it often involves a cycle of progress and then setbacks. Relapses don't necessarily mean that your son isn't trying. They may indicate the strength of the addiction, the underlying emotional triggers, or the lack of effective coping strategies that he has yet to develop. Recognizing these things can help you approach the situation with more patience. Your difficulty accepting relapses might stem from your fear of your son's well being, disappointment, or feeling helpless. Acknowledging your own emotions is crucial so that you can support him without burning out. Remember, teenagers' brains are still developing, particularly the prefrontal cortex, which governs impulse control and decision making. And this can make breaking free from addictive behaviors even harder, even with good intentions. Seek professional support for both yourself and him to navigate the journey together. By showing patience and belief in his ability to change, you can help him build resilience and coping and motivation to keep moving forward. Helping your teen overcome pornography addiction starts with looking inward. By reflecting on your own biases and emotions, you can support your teen with empathy and create a safe space for their recovery. This journey isn't just about them, it's about strengthening your relationship and healing together. You're not alone, and your efforts really do matter. Check out the resources linked below, like our Recovery Toolbox for teens, outpatient therapy at our therapy associates offices in St. George, and the Star Guides program. Subscribe for more videos in our Parent Guide series. And please do share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.